morning. It's about 6:15 at the moment. I think there's only me and the birds up. What I did yesterday, I did a bit of planting, preparing the bed for the brassicas by boring the holes ready for the Armillatox to go in, and I'll just carry on with that. But before I do, I'll just show you I planted a bit of beetroot out yesterday, and also sowed some radish, that's it, yeah, just down there. I'll just show where it is. I managed to get one of the 3 beds done yesterday. What I do, I mark them out in a grid pattern, and I find this a lot easier for weeding. And also I bore the holes out with a ball planter, and I just plop a plant pot in then, because after I've placed the Armillatox in, I leave the soil for roughly about 2 weeks, and then if we get any rain, then it stops the hole from collapsing, so that's why the plant pots are in. So there's 1.5 beds done, 1.5 to go. Let's carry on. I've put marker lines on the edge of the scaffold boards just to show where the edges of the rows start and end. I've done that on each of the boards, and the plank that I use, I put markers on there as well, so it does make it quite easy to line up the holes and pots and keep them in a nice grid pattern. So there we have it, folks. There's 72 holes bored out, ready for the Armillatox. What I'll do then is leave it for about 2 weeks before I think about planting the brassicas in. This is the cleaner we use for washing the soil. It's called Armillatox. It's not actually advertised for use for gardening. It's like a cleaner, floor cleaner, soap-based. But we do find that it wards off the club root. However, our friends in the EU have now decided that this is not going to be manufactured anymore, and so it has actually gone off the market. Last year I managed to purchase a few bottles when the rumours went round that it was going to be taken off, although the retailers was also clever, and overnight they doubled the price. It's diluted to the ratio of 1:100, and what we do, water in and around the hole, the planting holes that are prepared in the beds earlier, leave it for 2 weeks, and then the plants can be planted in, and hopefully no club root. The bottle's got a very handy measure which, when you squeeze it, it fills it up to the required level there. That's 25 mils. What I did then is just pop the what's it into the can, and then we'll just top it up with water. Let's put a spray on just to give it a bit of agitation, and I find it mixes it quite well there. Just like a milky colour. This is a 2-gallon can, and I'll just give the holes a little dusting now. Well, that's all the Armillatox done now on the bed, so we'll just leave it now for at least 2 weeks before we plant out on the brassicas. I'm going to sow a few swede now, and the variety is Tweed F1. I normally only grow about 6, 8, but I'll just grow a few extra just in case we have some failures, and if not, I can always offer them to somebody else on the plant. Right, just pop them in there like that, off the top. Just make a little depression in each one. Just get the seed. Now that's the variety. It's called say Tweed F1 by DT Brown, and all I do is put one seed in each cell. I just sow a few into this little, it's just a bit of card I use, and I just flick one seed into each module. Sometimes you'll get more than one appearing, which what I'll do, I'll either cut it off, or if I have a failure, I'll put it back into the module again and try and let it grow. So the germination on this is pretty good usually. I did grow this variety last year, and I did have some nice swede, but I think it's a bit hit and miss. I mean, depending how fresh the seed is, although all my seeds this year are fresh. I did have a good clean out at the start of the season and binned quite a lot, but right, I'll just pop those back in the bag. There we go. Up there, let's get a bit more soil, just rub it over the top. Little tap it down, water it in, job's a good one. I've already sown a block of 4 modules, this first 4 here, with the climbing bean called Cobra, and in the next block of 4 modules what I intend to do is try these new beans, new for me anyway. It's a dwarf French bean by Thompson & Morgan called Opera. I've never grown these before, so it's something new in it. It says an early variety giving heavy crops of slim, dark green, 4 to 5 inch stringless pods over a long season. An upright open habit makes harvest easy, resistant to halo blight, anthracnose, whatever that is, and mosaic virus. It is the perfect choice for organic gardeners, and Opera has no problems with botrytis. What it does recommend is sow 2 to 3 seeds 1.5 inches deep, allowing 8 inches between each group of seeds and 18 inches between rows. No need for thinning out. So I'll just pop a couple of seeds in each module, put a few holes in. Right, that's the holes done. Let's have a look what we got. That's the shape of the beans. Long, stringy, thin thing. So I'll just pop one in each hole. I feel at this stage I should pop into some sort of story for those who are familiar with Brendan on baking soda. As he's doing his potato reveal, he usually wanders off into some amusing story, which often takes me away from the actual potatoes, because I find this story really amusing, but unfortunately I've not got the gift of the gab, shall I say. One in there, I can't see a seed in there. Doesn't matter if there's more than one in. So that's it, folks. I'll just pop them down, make sure they're fully down. 3, 2, 1. Well, I've just had a disaster. The glass what's covering the parsnip beds, I've caught it. Because it's toughened glass, it's shattered. So it's gone all into the parsnip bed. It's impossible, it's in thousands of pieces, so what I've had to do is rake the whole parsnip bed, and now it looks as though I've got to resow it, but first of all I'm going to cultivate it. This is a piece of glass, what's left of it. It's about 6 foot by 2 foot 6, and that's all that's left, and the frame. You can see the bed here. I've actually got my rotavator out now to try and get the soil up, because I'm still race against time now. I want to try and get some more parsnips in if I can. So I've put a rake across the top. I've got most of the glass out as I can. There's still a few odd shards, well, very tiny pieces. And what I'm going to do is have to just rotivate it and try and get back on the soil again. So here we go. Well, that's the rotivating done. As you can see, there's still the odd shards of glass around, but there's nothing else I can do now, so I just rotivated the lot. And hopefully tomorrow morning I can get resowing. Well, was that a disaster or what? Well, there's always tomorrow anyway, so I'm going to close this episode. See you in the next, and there should be plenty of activity in that one. Watch how you go. See you later. Bye now. Well folks, the smile's back. I've spent all day sorting the beds out with the broken glass, and I've resown 24 Gladiator F1 parsnips into the bed, and I'm not putting glass over the time. This time I'm putting polycarbonate. Take a look. There's the, so it's 24 stations, 6 stations, 4 rows, and I put vermiculite and soil on the top. There's a little label there. And that's my sheet of polycarb ready to be placed over the top. And there you have it, all tucked up ready for bed. They just start growing. There's one more thing I've done. I've popped a couple of rows in of peas, the hair screen shaft, and I've just put them underneath some bubble wrap just to keep the cool off and hopefully get them to germinate a little bit quicker.